Dogs have some seriously odd habits, don't they? Like, have you seen that full-body stretch they do when you walk in? Is it just a coincidence, or is it their way of saying something? And why do they always choose to sleep next to you? You think it's because they love you, right? Well, that's not how your fur baby operates. In this video, we're digging into these fascinating dog habits. Now let's start with a weird but adorable behavior. Play sneezing. You might have seen your dog let out tiny sneezes while playing with you or other dogs. It's not because they have allergies or a cold. Dogs sneeze during play as a way to show they're just having fun, not being aggressive. The sneeze acts like a social signal to tell their playmate, "Hey, this is all in good fun." But here's something surprising. Dogs have special sneeze-related nerves linked to their facial muscles. According to researchers at the University of London, sneezing in play helps reset a dog's breathing and keeps them from getting too excited. That little sneeze might also be their way of self-regulating their energy so they don't go overboard. Another behavior that looks simple but has hidden meaning is the stretch. You walk into a room, and your dog immediately does a big, exaggerated front leg stretch. Most people think it's just their way of saying hello, but it's actually more than that. That stretch, known as a play bow, is a mix of a greeting, an invitation to interact, and a display of trust. It's also a leftover behavior from their puppy days when mother dogs use stretching and bowing to encourage bonding and play. It's also a way for dogs to show relaxation and happiness in your presence. Ever notice how they don't do this with just anyone? That's because it's a gesture only reserved for their closest humans. Then there's the mysterious ear tuck. You call your dog's name, and their ears go flat against their head. Are they scared? Guilty? Not quite. Dogs put their ears back for different reasons, depending on the situation. If they're wagging their tail and are relaxed, it's a sign of affection. But if their body is stiff, they might be nervous or unsure. Ears pinned tightly back with a lowered head? That's a classic "I'm sorry" look, usually after they've done something sneaky. Interestingly, dog breeds with naturally upright ears, like German Shepherds, tend to have more exaggerated movements. They use their ears almost like eyebrows to express emotions. So next time your dog tucks their ears back, check the rest of their body language. It'll tell you exactly how they feel. Another popular thing dogs do? Rolling in grass like they just won the lottery. According to research from the University of Edinburgh, this is a leftover instinct from their wild ancestors. Wolves roll in different scents to disguise their smell from prey. Your dog isn't hunting dinner, but that instinct remains. Experts found that it's also a way for dogs to share information with other dogs. They pick up scents, then bring them back home like a smelly little news report. And if they always roll in the stinkiest patch, that's because strong smells trigger their primal instincts even more. Now ever get that feeling you're being watched? You look down, and your dog is just staring. What's up with that? Dogs stare for a few different reasons. Sometimes they just want something. Food, a walk, or your attention. But sometimes it's something deeper. Dogs stare at their humans to release oxytocin, also known as the love hormone. It's the same hormone that strengthens bonds between mothers and babies. When your dog locks eyes with you, they're literally making themselves feel more connected to you. That's why trainers say you should never have a staring contest with an unfamiliar dog. It can come across as a challenge. But if your dog stares at you lovingly, congrats! You're basically their favorite person in the world. Now let's talk about one of the most common dog behaviors, licking. Most people assume it's just a dog kiss, but there's way more to it than that. Licking is a social behavior rooted in their puppy days. According to a study by Tokyo University, mother dogs lick their puppies to groom them and strengthen bonds. Puppies, in return, lick their mother's mouth to ask for food and affection. So when your dog licks you, they're showing love the way they learned from their mom. But licking isn't just about affection. Some experts found that dogs lick to taste the salty residue on human skin, while others think it's a way to get attention. If your dog licks excessively, though, it might be a sign of anxiety or boredom. Otherwise, those sloppy kisses? Just their way of saying, "I love you, and I also want snacks." Another behavior that always gets a reaction is their belly-up pose. Your dog flops over, exposing their belly, and waits. Are they just asking for rubs? Kind of, but there's more to it. Belly exposure is a huge sign of trust. In the wild, animals protect their stomachs because it's their most vulnerable area. So when your dog rolls over in front of you, they're saying, "I trust you completely." But here's the interesting part. Not all dogs actually like belly rubs. Some roll over as a form of submission, not an invitation for pets. If their tail is wagging and they seem relaxed, go ahead and rub away. But if they seem stiff or tense, they might just be showing respect. Finally, let's tackle the big question. Why does your dog insist on sleeping with you instead of their own bed? Turns out, it's not all about love. According to a study from Canisius College, dogs sleep next to their favorite human for security and bonding. In the wild, pack animals sleep close together for warmth and protection. Your dog sees you as part of their pack, and sleeping next to you makes them feel safe. But here's something you probably didn't know. Dogs also sync their sleep cycles with their owners. Research shows they adjust their sleeping patterns to match yours, which is why they often wake up when you do. And if your dog prefers sleeping against you rather than just near you, that's because physical contact provides extra comfort and reassurance. So if your dog curls up next to you at night, it's not just about love. It's about instinct, security, and feeling at home. Now you know why your dog does all those weird things. But what if I told you they have supernatural-like senses that let them see and hear things beyond your reality? So, watch our next video to learn more about 11 strange things dogs can see and hear that you can't. If you don't, your dog might just be protecting you from something, and you won't even know it.